So what do we got up first? We got Night of Champions.
Yeah, let's go over Night of Champions.
All right.
I feel AEW is going to blow Night of Champions out of the water, in my opinion. Anyway, just from the two cards that were set up. But I would like for us to go over each match briefly, if possible. I know sometimes we take a left turn and we go down a fucking side road for fucking 20, 30 minutes. We're going to try not to do that. However, you know how we are, especially when Della, the person who hates bald people, is not on right now. She'll be joining us in just a few. So let's go ahead and get into it. Even though Della's not here, I want to start off with the Becky Lynch Trish Stratus storyline and the match going into Night of Champions. I don't fucking care about this.
Nobody
I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking cares. Look, when you can hear crickets when Trish Stratus comes out, you gotta abandon the shit. All right, she is not believable as a heel right now. I don't know if, I mean, obviously she was at one point, but she's not right now. I mean, when her music plays, no one does shit.
That's because they're so fucking confused, because automatically they want to cheer because, you know, she is the Hall of Famer. She is the record setter for fucking women's championships before Charlotte Flair broke it. You know, and I just don't understand the heel turn. If anything, I would have understood Lita turning heel.
Yep. Much better.
But this whole Becky Lynch Trish Stratus thing, this is like, to me, this feels like they're throwing shit against the wall and just seeing what's going to stick.
Yeah.
And I get it. You need Becky to have a match at the fucking Saudi Arabia show because she is your main draw on Raw right now, besides Rhea Ripley. Which I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck Rhea does not have a fucking match in Saudi Arabia, but we get Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus.
Because it's a fucking throwaway show, man. They go there, they get paid $50 million, and that's it. Like, they might as well not even televise the shit.
I agree. And the fact, you know, we're having to... The only reason I'm sent through this is because of the world title. But the fact we got to sit through all of this to get to the fucking world title. Now, granted, there's a couple matches on here that are going to be fucking bangers. But pay-per-view quality, I think not. And this is one of those that if you grew up like we did, this is a Sunday night heat match.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I think it's hilarious how they got the rhetoric that's coming out of Trish's mouth in this, and why they would do that and then bring up the shit that Vince made Trish do in the past. Like, I don't know if you saw Monday's Raw yet, but during the contract signing, she was running her mouth about, you know, Becky not doing so-and-so, doing stuff that's embarrassing, and Becky was like, at least I wasn't barking like a fucking dog. Like, you can't start throwing jabs like that when it's so easy to go at Trish with it. How many bra and panties matches was she in? She was probably in a pudding match. She's barking like a dog. She's having an affair with the boss. Like, you can't have her throw jabs at people with a history like that.
Nope. And, you know, you just covered basically a 6-month run of her career. That's not including the shit with fucking Christian and Jericho in 2004. That's not including the fucking last run before she fucking finally, quote-unquote, retired in 2006. It's scrambled eggs. I've said it many times before. It's fucking scrambled eggs. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I have no interest in it. You know this match is designed to get Becky over as a babyface so she can become the next #1 contender for whatever fucking women's titles on Raw at this point, I can't even tell if it's Raw or SmackDown because they fucking flip flop so goddamn much.
Right. Yeah.
So, with all that said, I mean, I already said I said Becky's going over in this match. So, what do you feel?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, it would be a crazy move if Trish won.
Mm-hmm. So we're both agreeing that Becky is going over on Trish.
And this
I sincerely hope
this cannot be a 3-match feud.
No, this has got to be a one and done. I can also kind of see if Lita makes a return at this pay-per-view, but turns on Becky.
Right.
And then that'll lead into a Lita Becky thing, which they've been compared so many fucking times, if for nothing else because of the red hair. But there's other fucking reasons why. But I sincerely hope this is match one, so I can deliberately oversleep and miss it.
Oh, it'll probably be match one, but I posted it on Facebook while I was watching the show last night. Like, that family dresses fucking atrociously. Both of them. Both of them. Jesus Christ, she looks retarded. She looks like a kid who the parents were just like, just go pick out whatever you want to wear to school today. And that's the kind of shit they'd come out with. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
You notice she couldn't. You notice she almost fell walking up the steps getting into the ring last night because she had those fucking 17-inch platform shoes that she couldn't fucking maneuver in. Like, come.
And I'm confused as hell by that because when Becky made her return, like, it almost felt like they were going back to the man gimmick and like getting away from the big time Bex shit.
Right, and that's, I mean, they've ran
like
with
every
the man
week.
shit.
It looks like they're swerving in and out of that shit. Now with Seth, I get it. It's part of his gimmick. He's supposed to be fucking annoying, so he dressed as fucking annoying.
Right.
But even now, there's been a couple of attires he's worn. I'm like, I'd wear that. So it's getting over with me too. But
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so
all right,
Becky's going over.
Becky over. Yeah. Next.
If Lita shows up, great. If not, I don't fucking care.
What's the next match?
Okay, so the next it's another women's match. Go figure. So it's Bianca Belair defending the Raw Women's Championship against Asuka. But here's the thing. They're both on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't get it. The last time they switched the champions on the shows, they just did a ceremony where they just gave the fucking respected women's titles to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking understand this. This is also another thing that I didn't know was going on. But with the way that they're pushing Bianca, unfortunately, it's just going to be a repeat, and Asuka's not going to win.
Yeah. In
my opinion. I think this is going to be more entertaining than the first one. My tongue stopped working. English is fucking hard, ladies and gentlemen. But I think this is going to be a better match performance-wise. I'm hoping Asuka finally wins. I don't see it happening just because of how much they've been pushing Bianca for the past she won that title last year's WrestleMania, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, because it was against Sasha.
All right.
Or Mercedes.
Mercedes. Yeah.
Money.
Well, I've got Belair on this one just because, unless, I heard rumors that they're thinking about a heel turn for Bianca and the Street Profits. So, there's a slim chance that Asuka could win it and Belair turn. But I think Asuka's billed as the heel in this match. I don't think it's babyface versus babyface.
I hope not, because those matches always bore the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I need a good guy and I need a bad guy and I need the story of that. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. If they break up the Street Profits and Montez gets with Cedric and Shelton, I booked that shit. They
Yes, you
listened
did.
to our podcast and they stole our shit.
You're right. You're right. All right.
But so both of us are saying Bianca goes over on
Yeah.
this one. Okay.
What's next?
Um, uh, a match that surprised the hell out of me because I'm gonna be honest, I ain't watched Raw in the past couple of weeks with everything going on in my life between work and other shit. But it is Gunther Walter defending his Intercontinental Championship against Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, Mustafa won a battle royal last week, I guess. And as talented as he is, unfortunately, it's absolutely true that the only reason he won that match is because this pay-per-view is in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I was going to say something to you about that. It seems anytime a Saudi pay-per-view comes up, he magically gets a fucking push. But a week after the Saudi pay-per-view, he disappears the fucking main event or worse.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fucking hell of a fucking talent.
Yeah, he is.
He's proven his fucking worth.
Yep.
I don't fucking understand it. Like, when the 205 shit was going on and they were trying to make him the face of 205 after Pac left, like, I thought he was going to be like that next big mid-card guy.
Yeah.
The next guy that's going to be like the main guy for the IC belt or US belt, whichever show he's on.
Mm-hmm.
And they fucking buried him, kind of like they did Akira Tozawa when they gave him the fucking kung fu shit.
Yeah. So I anticipate them letting Ali have a little bit of shine at the beginning, but there's no question who wins this match. Gunther all day and 5 times on Sunday.
Yep. It's going to be Gunther, Walter, just handing out chops, 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 chop, chop, chops all night, day long.
Yep.
All right.
Next.
So, next match got pretty interesting with the angle that they ran on Raw last night. It's Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Part 2. What are your thoughts on them running the broken arm gimmick going into Saudi?
I'm pretty confident in my thought about this. They have to let Brock win because there's going to be a third match at this point. They have to have a legitimate reason why they let Cody lose, which is the arm. But even in losing, he's going to win because it's going to be all heart. He's going to take Brock to the limit, straight off a heart. He's going to get that kind of babyface love. He's going to win. He's going to lose the match, but it's going to be after a crazy, hard-fought, neck-and-neck fight, in my opinion.
Yep. Well, I told you this a month ago, like when Brock did the heel turn at Raw, that they were going to make this a 3-match deal.
Yeah.
Cody's going to win the first one, Brock's going to win the second one, and then they're going to have the rubber match at SummerSlam. I can't really suspend my disbelief enough to believe that this match won't last more than 3 or 4 minutes because of the broken arm. Like, even when he did the match with Seth last year with a torn bicep, right? They worked around it while using it. But if you're going to try to work around your fucking arm being broken and Brock's go-to for that is the fucking Kimura, this has got to end in 3 or 4 minutes tops. Brock's got to dominate this motherfucker.
Well, I mean, if he dominates him, then I envision a no tap but pass out situation for Cody.
I see Triple H going out there and calling the match off. with how Raw ended last night with
Right.
him doing that little backstage segment. I see Triple H going out there and throwing the towel in, and that keeps Cody from tapping, that keeps him from looking like a bitch, more or less. Makes him still look strong because he passes out from the motherfucker, or Triple H throws it in. And it kind of gives Brock a little side story for a couple months to feud with the head of the company.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're not going to get Triple H in the ring again. I mean, his heart just can't take it, literally. But, I mean, Triple H has still got NXT guys he can fucking bring in. That'd be a good time to bring in fucking Braun. Let Braun and Brock work for a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
But I say Brock goes over.
I think so too. Alrighty.
On to the next match. We have the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships on the line as Sammy and Kevin goes against the Bloodline, but it's not the Usos. It's Solo Sikoa and your tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. How do you feel about this going on in Saudi?
This could either go one of two ways, I think. I think Sami and KO keep the belts either way.
Mm-hmm.
But do they just go the route where, they just pin Solo? Or do we finally see that that Usos turning on them a little bit? And costing them the match. Even if they don't outright turn on them, somehow cost them the match. So I anticipate this match will just progress that storyline, and I don't see any way KO and Sami lose the belts.
No. And again, I said this a couple of weeks ago on WIW when you, me, and Della were talking about it. It's either Solo's going to be fucking counting lights, and it hurts them, or we're going to see an inadvertent disqualification or some sort to keep the titles on them, and it's going to be the Usos causing the disqualification, and that's going to set up basically the beginning of the end of the Usos being in the Bloodline, and that's going to end up either at SummerSlam or a pay-per-view after, basically rounding up Bloodline.
Right. Yep.
Like the end is in sight.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I don't see Roman doing a lot on this show. I see Solo carrying 80% of that team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is also a way for them to have Roman on the show and not defend the fucking undisputed title, but still be able to get, their payoff because Roman's their main guy.
Right.
But I'm with you. I'm saying Sami and Kevin retain, but it's I think it's going to be a clusterfuck at the end of it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame because then you start feeling bad for Sami and Kevin. They're just there as bodies to fucking again push Bloodline shit, and then they're going to be pushed to the side. Then they're just another set of tag team champions afterwards.
I'm sure they'll have a continued role in that storyline. I mean, they're going to have to.
I'm sure they will, but for this show,
yeah,
I feel they're kind of getting the shit end of the stick as far as that story.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, no, it sounds like we agree on pretty much all the outcomes. So.
Yep. Now this is going to be the one that that may or may not break the deal because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main. I'm not Della. I can't fucking do that shit. It's the finals of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Now, it has been confirmed that this World Heavyweight Championship, which I will call the BFG, the big fake ass gold belt, will continue the lineage of the original Big Gold from 2002 to when it merged with the WWE title in 2014.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've
Um,
also heard that AJ Styles has come out and called it the number 3 belt in the company, so I can't imagine he wins. I think Seth wins.
yeah, especially as much as they've been pushing this pedigree miniseries with Seth on Raw the past couple of weeks.
Right.
I mean, if they don't put it on Seth at this point, and I mean, granted, I've been saying for a while, it's been long overdue. AJ needs a fucking world title run. I don't want it to be this fucking world title. I want it to be the undisputed world title.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of with you. Seth is going to carry fucking Monday Night Raw, which this goes back to what we talked about a couple weeks ago. What was the point of putting SmackDown guys in this tournament if it's going to be a Raw championship? Furthermore, why in the fuck would you put AJ Styles in the main event of it, knowing he's going to lose? Because if he won, which won't fucking happen, that breaks up the fucking OC. So you basically destroyed a fucking draft pick.
Mm-hmm. Can't argue with that. I mean,
I don't get it. Like, is there a flaw in my thinking there?
mm-mm. No, I don't think so. I mean, I think they're going to have to solve that third best belt problem. They're going to have to, when, let's say, Cody
What?
finally beats Reigns, they're going to have to just condense that down to one belt. I mean, they can't keep throwing around 2 belts when
No.
those are the top 2 belts in the company, and then
Again,
you got the Raw guy who's got the third belt.
but here's the thing then. Sorry, microphone. If they get rid of the Universal title and they just go back to the WWE Championship, you basically buried the lineage of the Universal title, quote unquote. But if you get rid of the WWE Championship, you're doing something to that company that has not been done ever. And that's getting rid of the main championship of the WWE, the one that's carried by Hulk Hogan, the one carried by Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Bob Backlund, Bruno Sammartino. We can go on and on and on. I
If I
I
had to
don't.
get,
I've never liked the.
go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Well, I just say that
I've never.
I'm gonna shut up. You talk.
I have never understood the concept behind creating the Universal Championship. You already had 2 world champions. You've had the belts merged into the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. If you wanted to have a secondary fucking title again, you should have done this move years ago and bring back, say it with me, World Heavyweight Champion. That way you wouldn't be in this fucking pickle you are now with the Universal title.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to venture a guess, whoever dethrones Reigns, they'll have one new
Cody.
belt, and it'll be the WWE Championship again. I don't, unless they call it the WWE Universal Championship, but it'll be one belt. And I hope it's Cody, and they bring back at least some kind of a nod to the Winged Eagle.
I mean, did you see that custom championship that was floating around? Uh, was it Dave Milliken, Reggie Parker, someone like that that made a custom belt
Mm-mm.
and presented it to him at WrestleMania this year? I would flip shit if that belt got debuted.
What would it look like?
I mean, I'll have to send you a picture of it. When we go through our bill paying area, I will send it to you and we can post it on screen and we can finish talking about it. But as far as the actual match itself, I mean, it's a shoe-in. Seth Rollins is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Mm.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, no, Seth wins.
Yeah, hands down.
So,
all right. So that covers
Night of
Champions in
Champions.
Saudi Arabia, which is supposed to be King and Queen of the Ring, which I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck that was dropped.
Yeah, I have no
Had been
idea.
such a great concept.
No idea.
All
All right, well, that does it for Night of Champions.
We got to pay real quick, my guy.